earliest record of 3D printing was in 1981. A Japanese doctor named Hideo Kodama created a project using ultraviolet lights to harden polymers and create solid objects. This project never went through to become patented, but he created the first stepping stone in stereolithography. As I mentioned before, Hull created stereolithography, which is one of the types of 3D printing. The two other types of 3D printing are selective laser sintering and fused deposition modeling. In 1987, Carl Deckard, a graduate from UT, created selective laser sintering. Selective laser sintering uses an additive manufacturing powder polymer, typically nylon, to create objects. This type of 3D printing uses a laser to fuse the powder together, layer by layer, into more complex shapes. The last type of 3D printing was created in 1989 by Scott Crump. Fused deposition modeling is known as desktop 3D printers because it's the most commonly used form of 3D printing. How this printer creates objects is by heating a cable of thermoplastic into liquid and extrudes it layer by layer. He created his company named Stratasys, and the medical industry began using his printing technology. In 2005, Dr. Adrian Bauer created RePrac, the most widely used freestanding 3D printer. It was voted the most significant 3D printed object in 2017. It opened the door to 3D printing technologies that we would use it in today. In 2008, the first commercial 3D printer, Darwin, became available. Overall, 3D printing has changed and improved over the past 30 years, and we are now able to have 3D printers at home and are able to create whatever we can imagine. Most of the patents of 3D printing has been expired today, which has lowered the cost and making it more widely available to anyone to purchase one.
3D printing has been a significant development in regards to STEM. Not only has it allowed technology to advance designs like eyeglass molds, cake molds, and even more significantly, it allows for better design and technology advancements with prosthetics. This allows for scientists and doctors to get a better feel and a more custom feel for their patients. Although 3D printing has been able to advance technology and development, better engineering designs, it doesn't come without risk. Printers without proper ventilation can expose users to the UFPs that are released during the printing process. If inhaled, you can possibly have health risks such as asthma, heart disease, and stroke. Industry experts predict that 3D printing can continue to advance the STEM thinking by utilizing it to rebuild coral reefs, growing functional organs and body parts, and replicating priceless artifacts for scientific study.
In the social context as well as the past and present culture of 3D printing, during my research I found a lot of mixed opinions, good and bad, about 3D printing, so I'm just going to share a little bit of both. So first off, 3D printing has completely changed the manufacturing game in really big ways. It is used in manufacturing for rapid prototyping in a variety of industries today, including the aerospace field, the medical field, and the automotive field. And it's really great for these companies that they want to make more money and reduce costs, but a lot of people that work at these companies are going to be out of a job because the 3D printer will just pretty much make them not needed. Another downfall of 3D printing is that it can be used in illegal ways, such as making weapons like guns or bombs. And that can be good, I think, for like militaries in need and they want to lower their costs, but it can get into the wrong hands and it could cause for really bad problems like illegal gun markets and stuff like that, just for people that have bad intentions. There are many copyright issues concerning the safety of products being manufactured, so printing manufacturers and distributors might have to deal with a lot of legal conflict when dealing with that. So overall, I found a lot of people thinking that 3D printing was pretty much overhyped when it came out, kind of, as the big thing. But this is just because people didn't realize that it takes time, it costs money, and you have to still put in materials to the printer to make the things that you want. However, I think that 3D printing just needs the time to advance, like all technology. It just keeps getting better and better as like trial and error occurs. And so the benefits it can have on society are beneficial in a lot of ways. It can help improve the environment by reducing waste. This is because if you have a 3D printer here and you wanted to send that file to some other 3D printer somewhere else, you could just send a file instead of having to ship all of the parts to them. People who have medical issues might find 3D printing really beneficial because it can lower the cost for things like prosthetics. And one of the favorite things that I actually learned about was how 3D printing, it can be used to replicate cultural artifacts. So it's not anything new making replicates of cultural artifacts, but the way 3D printing does it is that it digitally fabricates replicas so they can be extremely accurate with regards to the shape of the original. So the reproduction process uses the high-tech laser scanners, and it allows them to just be so much more realistic. And then it has the ability to, you can send these files after you've stored them, edited, and you can share it across the world. So I thought that was a really unique thing. You can share your artifacts from our country to maybe someone in Iraq or another museum that they could put into their museum so other cultures can learn about our culture and we can learn about other people's cultures. So I thought that one was a really cool fact. So overall, it has both benefits and drawbacks, just like everything else does on society.
Throughout this course, we have learned about ancient technologies, indigenous cultures, and various examples of scientific discovery and achievement. We chose 3D printing for our project because we wanted to tie these topics to modern-day technology and discuss what inventions were made here in North America. 3D printing has changed society by allowing us to build custom-made prosthetics, build tiny homes, make eyeglasses, plane parts, and much more. 3D technology is constantly advancing and will continue to advance over time.